Hi guys, welcome back. I hope you're all having a wonderful week. So today I thought I would sit down and film my June favorites for you guys. I have a whole slew of stuff over here. I also have my handy dandy list so I don't forget anything. And I thought we'd kind of talk through everything that I've been loving this month. So television shows, I have a few supplements, a few beauty products. We're kind of all over the board today. So let's chat through it all, go through it. I'll talk to you about everything I'm loving. And then there are a few things that I've tried that I'm not so sure about that are kind of in the but I wanted to include them and chat about them anyway, so let's get started. So first things first, let's go through everything that I cannot actually physically show you because I always forget it if I don't. 2 Netflix things that I've been watching this month. So the first thing that I have been loving is Riverdale. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that I was going through and watching the 2nd season of Riverdale. I started one night and kind of watched progressively over about a week. Had a couple of days where I was working from home, so I was playing it in the background and I really loved it. The 2nd season is a lot longer than the first, so if you haven't checked it out, both seasons are on Netflix in the USA. But I've really been enjoying it. The cast is great. I love the dynamic. There's so many good things about the show. I get why everybody's obsessed with it. I've been recording it throughout the fall, but I wanted to kind of wait until I had that option to watch it all together without any of the commercials or just having to wait between episodes. And since CW has the deal with Netflix that puts all of their shows on there about a week after, I decided I would kind of wait. So I finished watching that, really loved it, definitely recommend it. And then the other thing that I've been watching, and I've kind of watched it a couple of times this month, I'm really surprised, is Set It Up. It has Zoe Deutsch, Glenn Powell, Taye Diggs, and Lucy Liu in it. It's on Netflix. It's super adorable, very funny, nice lighthearted romantic comedy. I have been referencing it on my Instagram a couple of times and I keep talking about the same scene with a couple of different friends, but it's definitely a fun movie, and if you're looking for a budget-friendly thing to watch at home and you haven't seen Set It Up, I would recommend checking that out. So since I have this cup in my hand, I guess we'll go for the next one. This little combo, my reusable straw and this cup. I guess I have like a color theme going on today. I didn't really mean to, but I'm digging coral, I guess. I have been trying to make a conscious effort to reduce the amount of one-use plastic items that I have, and I wasn't as good about it yesterday, and I definitely am aware of that, and I'm trying to be better about it. But one of the things that I've been doing is when I go out for iced coffee or iced matcha, if I think that I'm going to go out for the day and potentially may grab that, I've been trying to throw this guy into my bag to take with me. So I have a reusable straw that is metal and it's from Raw and Juicy, and I just have my Yeti tumbler. And the nice thing about it is, A, you get a discount for a reusable cup, and B, it keeps everything cooler for longer. So if I'm popping in and out and running errands, I can leave this in the car and I can still come back, and it's got plenty of ice in it. It doesn't melt as quickly. So bonus for the environment, but it also keeps everything cooler for longer, which is great. All right, let's go for everything that's behind me before I forget. So I've recently invested in some new bedding back here. This blanket isn't new, it's always on there, and if you've wondered why I have that blanket on there, it's because I have a dog and I like to have white bedding. So I normally keep that pulled up to about where the pillows are, and he hangs out on that end of it, and it's much easier for me to chuck this in the wash than it is for me to wash everything every time. So I tend to wash the comforter, you know, once a month, but everything else I'll wash more regularly. But I recently invested in some new bedding that you can see back there. West Elm has always got a sale on, so I would never pay, I don't recommend paying full price because you can always find a sale. But I definitely have been looking at it for a while since I've been redoing the room. That was one of the things that's on the list. I still have a few more things before I can like show you guys the full redo, and I want to talk you through how we kind of vamped it up in budget friendliness there. But got new bedding, really enjoying it. It's white, it's fluffy, it's cozy. I got organic cotton sheets, so they're like a linen and they're lighter, which has been fabulous. And then I got a new duvet along with the filler that goes in the duvet. So new bedding, highly recommend it, and it's definitely on the list. And of course I will link everything in the description box, or yeah, the description box below. And the last thing that before I forget, is this necklace. If I can get a insert shot, I'll put it in here for you guys so you can see it. It has a word written on one side, it's a gold bar, and it was a gift from Kendall for our bridesmaids gift. So it is my favorite. I've been wearing it all the time. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I actually forgot to wear it the other day, and it's the first time that I haven't worn it so far, and I reached out for my my neck to kind of check. I always check to make sure the word's on the right side, so if you see me flipping it, I'm sorry, it's become a habit. But I reached up, and when I realized I didn't have it on, I was like, oh my gosh, completely forgot about this. And then, you know, of course, once you realize that you're not wearing something, it's all you can think about. So I am obsessed with this necklace. It has been a fave over the last month, and of course it has sentimental meanings, which makes it even better. But if you guys want one, I'll ask Kendall where she got them from and try to put that in the description box below as well. So let's go through everything that's in the pile over here and kind of talk you through it. I think I'm gonna do food and supplements first, and then we'll go from there. So supplement wise, I have been taking the Garden of Life My Kind Organics multivitamin. I am opting for the prenatal ones only because it has more vitamin B in it. I'm not pregnant, don't need it, just figured it would be easier because you get more of the vitamin B in it, which is great. I actually compared these side by side in one of my weekly vlogs, and I also found that like somebody stole half the bottle of prenatal vitamins out of Whole Foods. But I picked them up and I've been enjoying taking these. It's just nice. I've been really kind of redo my supplement system and what I'm taking and how I'm taking it, and I've enjoyed these a couple of times, and they're also vegan, so that's great if you prefer these. But their juice is apple. It's like a fruit chew base, so I like taking these because then it's not another pill that I have to swallow. I don't mind taking all the vitamins that I do, but it's a nice alternative. And then along with that, I've also been enjoying some Som Sleep. So they were kind enough to send me this package to try, and I immediately took mine, and then I gave one to a friend, and then I gave one to my mother. But I really liked it. I've used all the ones that I've had so far. I need to order some more actually. They have two different ones. There is a sugar-free one, which is the one that I opted for because I don't want any extra cane sugar if I can avoid it. And then they have a different one with cane sugar, but the taste is great. I was talking to somebody about how, I was talking to London about this. London, if you're watching, hello. About how they have, you know, you can take like the natural calm powder that I always talk about that has magnesium and calcium if you have that issue. But the thing with this one is it has melatonin in it, and it also has 100% of your vitamin B in it for the day. It's filled with B6. But I really like these. I reached out to them after we kind of fell in love with them, and they gave me a discount code. It's not affiliate, it's just a discount code. If you guys want to use it, it's 10% off, and it's what Savvy said. I will link that down below. But if you have trouble sleeping and you want something that's like a non-addictive alternative and something that will just kind of aid you in sleeping, I would recommend checking these guys out. I really love them. I'm planning on reordering some in the next week or so, but Som Sleep is one of my new favorites. Supplement wise, the things that I'm adding into my routine. So I've talked about collagen a lot. I mentioned this in my like supplement video that I did for Everyday May, that I am really trying to switch up how I incorporate certain things into my diet. And I know that I don't necessarily eat the same thing every single day, but I'm kind of just adapting to how I do stuff because I feel like I take a lot of vitamins. So one of the things that I've tried and heard a lot of people talking about is collagen powder. So I snagged the Vital Proteins collagen peptides. I actually grabbed a few of the like travel packets the last time I was in Whole Foods, I think maybe a month ago or so. So when I was thinking about before I bought this, I grabbed those. I love it because it blends in really seamlessly to anything that you're using. I like to put collagen in my protein powder or my protein balls. That recipe is on the blog. I talk about it all the time. I make it all the time. It's one of my favorites. I love to put collagen in there, but I've also been adding it to my coffee and my matchas because then it boosts the protein value. I get the collagen in there, and then it keeps me fuller for longer, but it doesn't really change the texture or flavor of what I'm drinking. So I added about a half a scoop this morning because I'm kind of testing it out. This is the first time that I've used the bigger container. I've been using the little sachets of it. So I added about half a scoop this morning, and that was good. I'll probably add more, but collagen is really great. I know that a lot of people take biotin. There are a couple of different forms of collagen. I've heard really great things about the Vital Proteins, and I've been loving it so far, and it's been really easy to adapt and to add into my routine. And the last food related thing we are all out of, but I saved the packet because that is how much we love these. These are the Bearitos baked veggie puffs. So I found these on sale last month, maybe? I found them on sale maybe a couple months ago at Whole Foods, and of course you buy them when they're on sale because they sound really good and they look really good, and then you fall for them, and now suddenly I need them in my life. But I can only get them at Whole Foods, which is a smidge of a drive for me. So I love these guys because the ingredients are, I mean, for something that's going to be like this, are pretty stellar. It's organic corn, expeller pressed sunflower, vegetable seasoning blend of sweet potato, tomato, carrot, spinach, onion, garlic, kale, salt, dehydrated parsley, and organic spinach powder. So none of the maltodextrin, none of the other additives that you can normally get in these. I am really been enjoying them. I am out and I buy them normally at least 2 or 3 at a time, but if you like more of a Cheeto style, they're kind of that poofiness, but they're not as cheesy as Pirate's Booty, if that's kind of your thing. But I really like these. I have loved the Earth Balance like cheesy poofs for years, but because I have a malt sensitivity, I try to avoid the maltodextrin in them. So every now and again I'll have them because I just am kind of craving something like that. But these are a good alternative and I'm obsessed with them. I've eaten all the packs that I have. So this guy, I've talked about so many Kristen S products in the last few months, and I've been trying more and more of them. And the one that I have been consistently loving and using, and pretty much, other than like yesterday when I didn't have it when I showered, I pretty much put it in my hair every time. So this is a volumizing mousse, and the thing that I love about this is that it's so great for the roots. Like, it really helps give my roots that volume, but it's also, I feel like if I add some dry shampoo and kind of rub my hands in towards my roots on the days afterwards, I can kind of reactivate it. So I feel like it does a really good job at helping me maintain that root volume over several days. I've gone really lazy today because it's hot and I just kind of pinned my hair up, so I haven't got it in my hair currently, but I've really been loving this. And I did notice that she also uses it on her website in a tutorial to kind of diffuse some curls. So there are a couple ways to use this guy. All right guys, and the last few things we have in the pile, well, there's a few of these. So I have multiple of them right now because they were on sale at Ulta. And it is the Pacifica masks. I mentioned them in my summer beauty and skincare essentials. But these are some of my favorite sheet masks right now. They're super affordable. They work really well and I've been really loving them. Plus the ingredients are pretty fab. So they're vegan. They also don't have any like crazy ingredients to them. So I've been loving to use them. I definitely grab these on days where I haven't gotten enough sleep or if we're shooting for a couple of hours during a day. They're also really great if you pop them in the fridge, put them on, it just cools everything off. I will say my one complaint about these sheet masks, I love them. My biggest complaint is they're long, the way they are long, they're not as wide. So there's always this gap on the side of my face that's missing in this sheet mask. So I feel like the next time I use it, I'm just gonna cut off the edges that don't fit and stick them where I need them to be. But other than that, they're wonderful, they're affordable, they have good ingredients in them, and my skin is digging them. And we also have this body roller. It is an essential oil roll, sorry. Essential oil blend from Nico's Organics. They were kind enough to send me this little guy. I've been testing out a couple of things from them. But this has a blend of coconut oil and some essential oil. So neroli, clary, basil, myrrh, bergamot, yang, I can never say that one, orange. Yep. That's it. So I've been really loving it. It's supposed to be kind of like a stress reducer, and so I'll rub it back here or on my wrist, and this is one of my go-to things to reach for. I love essential oils. I think that I'm definitely somebody who's still figuring out how they kind of flow for me. I'm not necessarily on the like young living spectrum of how people feel about them, but I will use them and I do enjoy them. And this roller has been one of my favorite little guys to have this month. It's perfect for throwing in your handbag or to just kind of keep around as you go. I probably need to get a few more of these just to have them on hand so that I have them when I'm traveling. But they're perfect for kind of relieving some stress, and just, they smell really nice. So even if I don't roll it on, I'll just stop and kind of sniff it, and it's fabulous. And the last two things on the list for this month, I've mentioned a couple of times so far in vlogs, but there have been some things edited out that I'm not like 100% sure what will make it into all the weekly vlogs. So if you heard me talking about these guys, you'll probably already know how I feel. And originally when I sit down to write my favorites list, because I keep the monthly favorites divided up in my bullet journal, so at the end of the year I can kind of look back at all of them, but it also helps me make sure I'm not telling you the same thing every month. I put these down because I really love them, and the more I started to test them and use them, the more I kind of thought twice about it. So I'm going to tell you the things that I love about these guys and the things that I don't love about them, and you can take it as you will. So it's the Saint Tropez Purity line. I have both the Bronzing Water Face Mist and the Bronzing Water Mousse. Okay, I have used them. They look great on. I get a great, it's definitely more of a glow. It's not like a gradual glow. It's definitely a tan. I think they're all worn off, so anything you're seeing right now is just what I naturally have. But they look great on the skin. I love how they work. The one thing people might struggle with is the fact that you don't really get that guideline because they're clear. My biggest issue with them, they take a while to develop, so there's that. That's fine. Not a problem for me. The guideline situation, not a problem for me. I'm still learning how to be perfect at tanning anyways. So I love how well they go on. The applicator for this is just a spray. They're super fab that way, but they're also, you know, they don't dehydrate my skin. They feel really nice, but they transfer. And I've seen so many people talking about them not transferring onto white stuff, and I am not one of those people. I can't say that because I have white sheets. I've seen what the underside of one of my white strapless bras looks like. I've just noticed that they do come off. So I don't know if it's because I live in such humid, hot weather that makes a difference. But we went running on Sunday, or we went walking, I guess, and I was blotting afterwards, and I was literally sweating off the tan. So I'm gonna keep trying them. I'm gonna keep testing them. I was really hoping, initially I was loving them and thought I'm totally gonna put that in my favorites. But the more I've used them and the more I've seen those little things, I'm not so sure how I feel about them. I really enjoy it, but the transfer is what drives me crazy. That's a bit of a issue for me. And I don't know if that's simply because it's just so hot here, or if that's, you know, something I'm doing wrong. I'm not 100% sure. So, but if you're thinking about checking this out and you're concerned about the transfer and you live in warmer weather, I wouldn't recommend them. So I didn't want this to be like a favorites and hates, because I don't hate them. I really like them. I just feel like it's a bit more of a favorites and semi-fails. And yeah. So I've gone through quite a few products. I know that I'm probably gonna have to cut this video up just a smidge because Bear has been very talkative. The mail lady came by and he needed to let her know that he was here. And yeah, so I am getting ready to film another video, which you guys will see before this, but I don't know yet if it's going up on IGTV or my channel. I'm waiting for you guys to vote, so I will link that one up above as well. And I will be announcing the June Book Club book on Wednesday. So I'm finishing reading up Little Fires Everywhere right now, and I'm loving it so far. I need to kind of give myself a few hours to just sink into that book, but I'll be talking all about that, everything else I've read this month, and then what is going to be our June or July book. Also, I'm putting this up on Sunday, and that will be July 1st, so happy early 4th of July for all my US friends. And my birthday is a week from when this video goes live. I've decided this year to do one of the Facebook fundraisers. I'm going to link that in the description box below. If you guys want to donate or raising money for one of the suicide prevention organizations, it's one that's near and dear to my heart. I kind of looked around to see which one I thought would be best, and that one is kind of where I landed on. So I will leave that link down below if you guys want to donate. That's fab. If you just want to send a heart, this is happy birthday, that's fab. If you don't say anything at all, no love lost. But if you guys would like to participate, I will leave that link in the description box below. You guys know that mental health is super, super important to me. I have lost people that I dearly, dearly love because of suicide, and I want to do everything that I can to make sure that you guys know that you are loved and that you matter, and I'm so glad that you're here, which is why I say it at the end of every week. So yeah. If you aren't already subscribed, make sure you click that button and like this video, give it a thumbs up. It shows my channel lots of love and support. We are, as of today, when I'm filming this video, we are 4 weeks out from our pack up and go trip. So make sure you're following me on Instagram and Twitter, because I'm going to be giving you guys snippets of things as we find them out. We can all guess, and then I will break down all the reviews, all the things there's gonna be lots of content coming from that little 3-day trip as well. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I will see you all Wednesday for a new video. Bye guys.